Hello and welcome to our first of hopefully many podcast shows, Kahawa na Gowi. I'm your host, Gowi Odera, aka Mark Odinge, and this is a podcast where we're going to be talking about issues, talking about life, having conversations, and these are conversations you'd want to have with or within your church, but ain't gonna happen. They're going to happen right here. And so, when you want to ask your pastor a question and, they don't answer those questions, this is where it's going to be. Mm-hmm. And I have two of my good friends with me here. And I have Kimashia.
Actually, nowadays, I go by Wamwere.
Ew.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the talent name, eh?
That's the talent name.
This is
Wamwere.
Now that the camera is on you.
Yes.
Now that you're here.
Hi.
Okay? This is your breaking...
I don't know if this is script, but okay.
This is your breaking out place. Yes.
I'm launching.
You're launching from now on. You're Wamwere.
Wamwere.
Welcome. And I'm looking forward to having great conversations with you.
Thank you
We'll
very
be
much.
talking about you a bit more in just a bit, introducing. And the lovely, gorgeous Harriet.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. Finally. Yes.
Imagine, you are the brains behind this thing. Yes.
Yeah.
You're the brains behind this thing. And just to go on when we're just starting off, let's just start.
Yes.
We had this conversation almost 2 years ago. During COVID.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
It was actually, during
the
COVID.
heart of COVID.
At the heart of COVID. And you called me up. So help me out. What were you thinking at that time? When you called me up, you just said, "No, what? Let me." Let me not say the back. You tell me, what was it? What were you thinking when you called me? And
Well, I think, to be honest, I was just having one of those two moments where, you're struggling. Adulthood is chapaing you chenga. And I was like, I need the voice.
Wait, chapaing you chenga? What is chapaing you chenga?
Chapaing you
Doing a
chenga.
number on you.
Chapa you
It's
chenga?
marking you. And one of those times where you're not sure if you want to talk to your folks about it. You want to talk to an older person for sure. Older person.
So you're calling me old?
No. And I remember just thinking to myself, some of these things I'm struggling with, there are so many voices on social media speaking into them.
Yeah.
But I'm not hearing the voices I want to hear from. And I remember calling you, I'm like, hey, Pastor Goye, I miss your voice. I told you we miss your voice on social media. And you're like, who is we? Like me, my age.
My fans.
Yes.
You uko na my fans, baby.
Niko na mafans, eh? Okay.
Yeah. And you tried to, wait, and I remember you told me, okay, that's interesting. And then I think you tried to dodge.
I tried to dodge.
The whole conversation.
Yes.
Because I was like,
I tried to brush you off.
Yeah, because I was like, you told me, okay, you need my voice. What topics do you want to talk about? I told you like 3.
Yeah.
And then to brush me off, you told me, go think about 20 topics that you think I would talk about, and then come back later. How long did you think it would take me to respond?
Maybe a week or 2 or like that.
And
yes.
And then what happened?
Then,
Tell us what happened.
Wait a minute.
Some coffee.
In less than 2 hours, she had written 20. At least 20.
Yeah, because I
so
was
serious,
genuinely...
20, a list of 20 things she'd want me to talk about.
That were different.
Like, they were different. I'm like, Harriet, you got issues.
I did.
She had issues, she had time.
And
Yes.
she had time.
Yeah.
And I knew
Again,
who.
And she knew who. So I think we ilikuwa targeted effort.
And so I came to you and I told you what she did. And you went on and added another 10. So what were you thinking when I told you what I was talking to her?
I knew she had a vision. And Harriet is not like a... Si demi vivi.
Okay.
Hey, Harriet.
Yeah.
Harriet akishaamua, baby.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and it was perfect. It was perfect. And she targeted the right person.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, for those who are watching this for the first time and do not know us, and I think that's the place where we need to be able to be talking about here.
Yeah.
I'd like people to know who we are. And I don't know if I should introduce myself. you guys help me in some way.
If you veer off anything,
Yeah.
tutakurudisha. So you begin.
You tell them the
You tell them.
CV of what you
you
and then we tell
think,
them
yes,
ours.
and, yeah.
Okay. Well, for those of you who are interacting with me for the first time in a platform like this and don't know me, is again, Gowi Odera is my name. Mark Odinge. How we'll be able to it's like my Monica. And see Monica Atijina.
Just please explain to
please.
It's like a nickname or a term. You know, it's I'm son of Odera.
All right.
Mark Odera, son of Odera. I'm of Odera. Anyway, where was I going with that? Anyway, and I've born and raised in Nairobi, Kenya. But I've had the opportunity and privilege of also being educated outside the country. And so there's a global side of me. My background is in economics and political science. But I am a pastor, and I've been a pastor for 4 years.
And your global perspective is not just at the upper next door neighbors. Please,
It's not
let us
Uganda.
just place the
It's not
geographical term to where you've gone over a few oceans.
Pretty much around the world,
Yes.
so to speak.
Yes.
So I've been around the world. You know that song, being around the world. Yeah.
I
I
And I
can
can
find
find
my
my
old school.
baby.
Love it. Love it. We're not looking for babies here. Just to point that out.
But in essence, I've come and I've served as a pastor for now. Wow, all right. I've just been in the pastorate and my ministry in church for. It's going to be.
Don't be afraid. It's
No.
fine.
It's just dawning on me. You know, it's like 28 years.
Yeah.
28.
28 years.
Yeah.
Kimasha, how old are you?
Sounds about right. I know.
Yes.
I know
So-
they might be seeing these my silver hairs.
Yes.
And they're like,
No.
your baby face. This
It's not adding up.
Yeah. Hata umekula chumvi.
We
yeah.
shall.
Yes.
We
Anyway,
shall get to that.
but in essence, so I have served as a pastor, as a minister of the gospel for about 28 years in itself. 22 of them at one place at the Nairobi Chapel,
Wow.
where I have served there for a while as a youth pastor, and then now I'm a church planter, and I've been privileged to plant churches or be behind planting of churches here in Kenya, around the continent, and again around the world in itself.
Ni tu mazi hujafika. You're about to.
And so sitting in this space at this juncture, I think for me, where I'm at is an opportunity to engage with you, audience, and especially you guys here in this podcast, to talk on issues that you would not interrupt a preacher when they're preaching on Sunday. All right. Yes.
Raise your hand.
Yeah, you raise your hand like.
Excuse me. Sir.
But also, I think there's a place where I think in many ways why I'd be here on Auto is that I am not afraid to talk about some of these issues, and that is by the interaction with you guys, both of you, privately and collectively, through your life. I think I've known you guys for at least 10 years, at least.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and so as you guys are becoming adults, and now that you're adults and you're now going into your fourth years, will not unleash about that. I can tell you, but first of all, these guys are not married. That's what I tell you, okay? That's
Yet.
the first thing, okay? They are not yet married. I have not seen fununus yet, all right? So you
We're
guys
proudly single. Are we high-fiving to this?
So in essence, that is me in itself. I don't know the other things. Maybe in other podcasts you get to know, but pretty much that's what it is. My passions is around leadership, and this emerging generation to realize their full potential. Pretty much that's what I can say about me. I am a father, a husband, and I'm not an artist like you.
What's the artist?
Yeah, but pretty much, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You've yeah. Hapo gender
Hajadanganya. But he's also not said that he has run for office.
Yes. I ran for political office. Yes. Yeah, and I have a lengthy story about that, you know, and why I did that. You know, another long story.
Sips coffee.
But I think that's especially why I feel like you're a good bridge between our regular pastors, men of the cloth, and people, uncles on the ground. I feel like you have a very sober touch on both issues. So the church, the faith for sure, and then you really relate with the word. Guys, this man had dreadlocks at one point in his life.
I know. I don't know if we... Can you see what is shining right now?
Might not look like it.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
In fact, we're going to find a photo of this.
Yes.
I think.
But for anyone to have the capacity, audacity to have dreadlocks, run for office, and then be a pastor, he has to have a certain personality about him that makes it very easy to jail.
You call me Uncle Gowi.
Yes.
I'm curious to know why you call me Uncle Gowi.
So we met when I had just joined uni in UON.
University of Nairobi.
Yes. At that time, I was still going to Mamlaka.
Yes. You are a student. That's when I met you. You were a student, right?
Yes.
At the University of Nairobi.
Yeah. So there was that point. And I think from interactions, you were a pastor, but I just didn't feel like calling you a pastor. Because like, okay, ni pastor, yes, I get it. But I feel like I can tell him anything that I would not call my dad or my mom or my shosho. So I think that bridge was for me, like, I need to respect this man. But pastor in a feel, it's too formal for the relationship that you have cultivated. And not just with me, even my friends around. It was a bit hard for me to call you Pastor Gowi.
Kimasha, one time I met her and she just called me Gowi. And the people who were around me didn't know the nature of our relationship. Yeah. She would have been like,
I'm like, what? You just
like blasphemy? How dare you?
Yes. So, but yes, and for you, title is different with you and I. In fact, there's times I think you dharau me just
kudharau rengi.
Yeah, umeni dharau vibaya sana. Yeah.
I don't think so. Let me explain.
Yeah.
So for me, that title, I think from an African perspective, it makes people disconnect. Like now, people have to approach you in a certain way, and I feel like every time a pastor, it's more of a, I need you to be relatable to me because you become more valuable to me. Yes, like I need to be able to feel safe that I'm interacting with this person so that I'm able to just be myself.
Okay.
As opposed to it creates that disconnect. Not sure there's a way once you start calling someone a pastor, and I know this is like all of African society. Once you call someone a pastor, there's a way you need to look at them.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a way you need to approach them.
Yeah.
Sundays uwezi kuja hapo umevaa sijui sweats in front of them. You need to
kuna story wezi waambia.
Katai, kanini, like there's things you can never reveal about yourself and your struggles and just even basic life.
Yet I know some dark secrets about you.
You do.
And it wasn't confession. It wasn't.
Yes. First, how you got to know this information?
Sips the coffee.
So I think that was where my outlook of that your Gina, and it's not to say that you're not a spiritual authority over me. You are. In fact, it makes it even more of a, I see you as a bigger spiritual authority over me because I'm able to tell you anything and you're able to give me your perspective. You're able to give me your God sightings and everything you see through a biblical aspect and everything. And I'm like, I wouldn't have gotten that if I had a facade about how you are and how you are. Okay. I need to approach you and all those things.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe this is the context of how we are. We're going to relate. Again, if you are tuning in for the very first time, this is Kahawa na Gowi, a podcast where we have honest conversations that you're not going to have with your pastor.
Yes.
But you want to be able to have those conversations, but you don't know how. This is the space that you're going to do. So to just introduce the lovely, gorgeous Harriet, just a bit about you. If you could do that, and then we'll do the same thing that we did to me. Now with you.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell us more about yourself. At least tell. If you can look at the camera and just tell them, a bit about you.
So I'm Harriet Dodea. My education background is in economics.
Is it economics or economics?
Economics and statistics.
Your emphasis on how it's
Economics ama economics. Which one is it? Kenyans say economics.
You tell us. You
You're an
come from
economist
where?
as well.
Primary and primary. Depends on the group of schools. Go on, yes.
So
Yes,
that
economics,
one.
yes.
Economics and statistics. But I currently do marketing. So I'm a brand strategist. And I work with influencers and a lot of influencer management. So I'm marketing at heart. But I'm also very passionate about media and conversations specifically. And just not your kawaida conversations. Because I feel like with Pastor Goy and also Kimasha, which I love that you're on this podcast together, there are conversations we have, and I keep asking my Christian friends, why do we feel safe to talk about this here, but they'd be taboo on Instagram? So I love having that outside so that, people know that, it's not taboo to talk about these things.
Okay.
We might not be talking about it. People might not be hearing this, but you are really struggling with these specific things. So I really want to create spaces on podcasts, social media, all that, where people feel comfortable, where people can relate to their pastors and to God as a father. Because the thing about, I think it's Michael Todd who has said this, God doesn't bless who you pretend to be. He actually deals with who you are because he knows. So that's why I'm in a nutshell.
Wow. Are you satisfied?
And I am
You're not
yet to be
satisfied,
married, Kimasha, if that's what you want me to say.
You're single and secured.
Yeah, you're single and secured or secure?
Oh, have you been secured? Has someone secured?
Stop.
We should stop. Okay.
Please stop. Single, meaning unmarried.
I want to say this about you, and why I'm so glad we are here with you on this is that I think there's a certain relationship that we have developed. There's a certain vulnerability, but if I am BSing,
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna go there.
Harriet will actually tell me and call me out on it.
Unapologetic.
Unapologetically. And I was like, I like that about her, and that is something that I've really appreciated, that you get raw feedback from you.
Yeah.
And I don't see it as a challenge to anything. It's more of you just trying to be able to be real. And I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank you.
And then there's another genius brilliance about you that I've really appreciated. So she's not. I don't know why I'm talking to you about. Let me just say, some of these things you only say at people's funerals.
Yes,
Hey.
now we have to say it here.
There's a certain
Recorded.
brilliance
Give me flowers.
and genius about you that I have there's a certain intellectual level that you engage on issues that is very fascinating. The way you think, the way you process stuff, it shows there's a certain intelligence and brilliance that I think is just wonderful. Very attractive about you, but also value addition to many people who I think who are interacting with you. And I'm glad you're here. There are even times I've checked you on some of the of your Insta Live things that you've had. And I look, and when I see the way you've processed some of those things, and I'm like, no, you can't make these things up.
Yeah. It's too natural to fake.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh.
I agree. Actually, that's a good statement. It's still not. You can't fake this. You don't make this up.
You don't make
You
this
don't
stuff
make this
up.
stuff.
You and I are very...
Yeah.
We watch the same content,
Like,
clearly.
Dina Jeff Koina.
This
But that's what I appreciate about you. And I'm hoping that as we continue this podcast, I think that's what our audience continue to appreciate about you on this thing. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
Yeah, I'd add, because Harriet and I are really good friends. So her approach is it comes with a sweet humility. It's not.
Tell her. Tell her. Don't.
This is a babe. Like she's like a
Fly.
She has the
Hot
potential.
mama.
Yes, she has the potential of being.
A slay queen.
Not even that. Like you can actually live on another air level.
Yeah.
Or breathe another air level, and we would understand. We'd be like, it's true.
It's true.
She should be there.
Yes.
But she doesn't.
Yeah.
Anajileta kwa hii
Akona
level
sisi
ya
watu.
sisi the watu. So it's a very
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very sweet thing to experience.
All right.
And you know me, I'm privileged. Akona namba yangu.
When you hear these things, how does it make you feel?
Seen and heard. Yeah.
Seen and heard. You see what I was telling you?
Yeah. And we see you.
Yeah.
And you
We heard you. We heard you.
Thank
We
you.
really heard you.
Thank you.
Right. Now, on the other side of this round table, Kahana Goi
It is time.
is our
Msanii
new talent.
mwenyewe.
You know, this is where he's coming out. This is his debut. You should start having your stunners now. Next,
Talent manager.
Jebet.
we tell our producer, Jebet.
Where is my assistant? It's fine. We're going to address
Jebet,
this
uko
later.
wapi? Jebet, uko wapi? Help him, yes. We missed the stunners.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Kimasha,
Next
tell
time
us
I'm
more
gonna-
about yourself.
Next
Yeah.
time I'm going to come.
Sorry, Wamwere.
Yes.
Yes.
Or you can do both names.
Yes, Kimasha,
Wamwere,
Wamwere.
Kimasha.
Wamwere, Kimasha,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
That's right. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I needed to do that for our producer. You know, anakwanga. Anyway.
Yes.
So, this is usually a very tough task to do it, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to be humble here. I'm trying to not tell you guys all my accolades and my achievements.
Just say it.
But-
Just say it, man.
But no, first and foremost, I'm a son. I'm not yet a father. I am unmarried.
Are you sure you're not a father?
I am not.
To the
No,
best of his
no,
knowledge.
No.
Known
And unknown.
Everywhere. Watakuja hapa kwa comments below.
There's no one saying,
No
who's
one.
my daddy?
No one out there. Not to my knowledge. I need to sound politically correct. So, yes, I love Jesus. I'm a Christian. I know people usually get shocked by that. They're like, "Hiya, umse wenda church." Kwanza some of my neighbors at home were just like who went to church? Like when him say, like you're a good person. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Because I go to church. Professionally, I am a photographer, videographer, producer. I do content and anything challenging in the media space. I like to be in that space.
Okay.
I have a family, my sister.
Yes.
Shout out, Susan. If I don't do this right now, my mom gonna say, hi,
To
Wambo.
my credit.
Salamu.
I have my niece and nephew.
Yeah.
I have my other sisters, two other brothers. My family history is it's an interesting one. It's just the classic African tale,
Yeah.
which shall one day,
Yes.
tutaichambua.
Unpack that, yes.
Tutai-unpack. And yeah, I think that's my summary. I'm usually, sina vitu mingi za kusema.
Wambi, you're a master pro photographer and videographer.
Master Pro.
See, I told you guys I'm trying to be humble. Staki pembe zime, alafu
Yeah.
mseme, oh, this guy is uncontainable.
Yeah.
Wambi,
But yes, I am a photographer and videographer. I do many things in that.
I have been one of you. I have been your client. My family has been your client.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, a wonderful Christmas.
We did a family photo shoot on Christmas Day a couple of years ago, and you lovely pictures, man.
One of my favorite events, actually. Because
you're not just saying that.
I'm not just saying that. Let me explain. Because that day, you guys, your family knows how to love on a stranger. Which was very... Our producer is shaking her head because she's part of your family.
But
it's true. So that day felt really, really... I remember I was like, oh my gosh, this is Christmas Day. Why am I working? But then, like at the end of it, I was so glad I came. I was so glad I got a chance to meet your entire extended family, mko wengi. It was the right...
Lakini tuko wengi.
I loved that Christmas.
On our WhatsApp group, we have a WhatsApp group. We are over 100.
That's a large family, guys.
Yes, and you only met a couple days.
A fraction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I think another thing that I have appreciated about it, we've done work together.
Yeah.
We were on a music tour with you.
In a land far, far away.
Yeah, I was on a music tour and you were covering our music tour as the videographer and photographer.
International.
But this is what I have appreciated about you, Wamwere. If there's somebody who I have appreciated about knowing his weaknesses and being able to fess up to them, you're one guy I've appreciated about that. I think for a man, many of us hide it in itself, but you are open. If you're confronted about it, you're open to be able to fess up to that. And not just fess up to that, own up and work at it in itself. And that's what has endeared me to you. But just like Harriet, you call me out if I'm BSing.
Yes.
But also, people have never associated. I think people don't associate creatives and sports. And you are a big sports lover, and that's something people don't know about you.
Yes, my calendar is full.
Yeah,
when it comes to sports.
Yeah, and so when the NBA, EPL. And F1 and all those converge. You are like
golf.
When they converge, that's around February and that April time. You are like crazy. There was a time I was talking to him. He was like, I haven't slept. I said, what are you doing? I was watching NBA playoffs, and then I'm doing this. And I was like, dude, I mean, there are recordings. He says, but I need to watch it live.
Yes.
No other way.
Pre-recorded.
Why?
You already know the results. What is that?
Because why?
So you're a sports lover. Where is that sports love from you?
I think the one thing, I love working with people. My personality, I'm highly extroverted. But over the years, it's in a change more and more.
You're becoming a bit more tempered.
Yeah, I prefer going home early. You call me for an event, yes, I'll show up. Whether I'll make an appearance, but I will have to leave early.
You are tuned in to our first of hopefully many podcasts.
I want to say something about him as well.
Watch I tell people what they are doing. If I'm just doing, okay? You're tuning in to the podcast called Kahawa Nagowi. And this is a podcast on issues of the day. Yes. Having conversations with a pastor and an older person. I don't want to say I can say. That you can't necessarily have with your parents. For those of you who are young adults and adults in this place, I mean, this is a space that we can have some of those conversations. We have Harriet and Wamwere.
The talent.
Yes, the talent. And we're just introducing ourselves. This is our first. And so our first of many podcasts we'll be having coming to you. My name is Gowi Odera, a.k.a. Mark Odinga. You were saying something before before I cut you short, yes.
I think I don't know if I've told you this before. Well, I don't think I have. But what people don't know about Tony, he's very invested in his friends and friendships. Like, I don't think I see that in guy friends. And he's probably single because he's spending time with sports. But if you get to know this man, he's one of those people who will invest in you. No questions asked. Not like time nini, it doesn't fly with him. He'll show up whenever, however. I say this because he helped me shoot a lot of, when I was trying to get into all this media YouTube. He came, gave me his time, would shoot, and then he'd drop home at 10. Like, he's one of those guys. He's solid. He's very accountable.
Including night escapades as we were running away from...
Karibu tushikwe na polisi.
From the authorities.
Because we did not skive curfew rules. Zilitupata.
Yeah. It was just
that curfew during COVID, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't want to go into that on what you guys were doing, but let's just leave it.
We were shooting. We were shooting content.
You are?
Yes.
Okay.
And it just went over time.
Why are you sounding defensive?
No. Yes, that's exactly. We need to clarify this.
Lest people start
before you start jumping
things.
onto these comments. And
But he's a good friend.
Yes.
He's very resourceful. And he's very hospitable.
And let me say this about us around this table. The thing that I've appreciated is I've come to each one of you independently. But when I said so-and-so is going to be here, or Mwero is going to be here, and you, and when I said Harriet, you know what both your responses were? Yes.
Yes.
we're happy about
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so what we are hoping is that we will be able to have conversations. And I thank you for introducing yourself again.
Yeah.
This is our first podcast, and as our other producer is trying to say, that she wanted to start on my birthday. Yes, and today I am 51.
You want to?
Damn.
Good job. You said
I
it
am
with your chest.
51.
Wow.
Yeah, 5'1", man. Just look.
Wow.
Yeah, when you're 51, I hope you look like this.
I see.
So, and today is today
Happy
as we're
birthday.
launching is my birthday.
Happy
And
birthday.
Happy
thanks.
We
Thanks.
would sing, but there's another sound producer over here
You
who
should
does
cut our
not
mics off.
recognize my talent.
Yes, and we'll be
Oh,
appreciated.
Manasseh.
Yes.
Manasseh Shalom.
It's fine. I won't sing. I'm not going to sing.
He's the real artist.
And so as we come here, and I'd like us just to be able to wrap this thing up, and just let guys know on what to look forward to. There are some issues we'll be talking about. What are some of the issues do you want us to be talking around here? And when people are saying, hey guys, there are things you need to hear, come to Kahawa Nagowi right here. So start subscribing right now. Yeah. Catch us on social media, Kahawa Nagowi. Start subscribing right there. Click notifications, subscribe, na hiyo bell, fanya hivyo. Okay. What are some of the issues? That list of 20 things that you wrote, and that extra 10 that you put, okay? What are some of those issues we'll be talking about? Briefly as we close.
I'll let Harriet go first. You know, she's the one with that list of 20.
Yes. Vision 2020.
Well, I want us to... I think faith is important for me.
Faith.
Yes. But I've also had seasons where me and God had domains. I didn't want to hear anything about God. So those seasons where you're lukewarm, you're not feeling church, you literally don't want to go to church, and then like God just woos you back. So I want us to have candid conversations about how, the journey of faith is. When someone gets saved, the initial bit of it, church heart, all those
Sure
things.
is deep, man.
Yeah.
We all have it. Then now she's just said this, like,
now
I feel I have to
regret.
sit up, man.
You should have started.
I should have started. Ningeanza na zangu ni simple, life, finances,
Dating.
just simple topics. Sasa nimesema zote. Don't come back.
Okay, so there's that.
Yeah.
And then I honestly have felt very passionate about wealth creation lately. So is there like a biblical template for making wealth and keeping wealth?
Making mullahs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like there are so many things we want to do for the kingdom. Even this, it costs money.
Yeah.
And the thing I think about you, Pastor Go, you don't know this, but when I was interning at Nairobi Chapel, you were my boss in many different capacities. We started churches together, all that. Unanichapa viboko. Like we'd be laughing outside and then you'd come to the office and you'd be like, Harriet, you can do better. And you'd say it in a tone. I would not, it wouldn't be condescending, but I would know this man sees something in me. He's calling me to excellence. And that's the space where Christians are. You know, mbona tunauza a Christian ama a God with shabby work, with shabby podcasts.
Yeah.
These things need money. So I'd like us to talk about that.
You'd like us to talk about money also, eh?
Yeah. Money, wealth creation, not even
Wealth
money.
creation,
Wealth
but
creation.
also money, right?
Yes, money.
Yes.
And the
That was my
excellence
point.
bit.
Again, I insist. That was my point.
Yes. That, and lastly, fashion. Because I feel like I love fashion. I love the whole
Sasa.
and working
Sasa.
out.
What do I know about fashion? Me as a t-shirt.
Before
a
you know
cap.
it,
Me,
ungoja
I'm fine.
hapa utaanza kuchapa loku.
If there's any improvement
Influenced.
from here, it's going to
Just
be
know we can credit it too.
Hii ilikuwa trisex. So next time,
Yeah.
if you're a person who sells outfits or something, please hit us up. That would be nice. So yeah, fashion. Like, you know, it's the first thing people see about you.
Yes.
And sometimes, especially me, I'm talking from the point where I've worked in a church. I know how it feels for babes to be told, va waterfall, va nguo refu, just because your body looks a certain way. But I want to demystify that from...
You know what a waterfall is?
It's like a long sweater.
No. I'm just like,
Yes.
Yeah.
These
Yes.
my boundaries and
Yes.
my restrictions. Set.
So yeah, I don't know if it's demystify or like break off shame for maybe beautiful girls, hot guys who people think, hey, you're too hot to be a Jesus lover because of either how you look or all that.
Just
Hot men.
prepping our shoulders.
Yes. So I think those are the topics that are close to my heart. And then of course, if you're interested in like working out, all that, follow me on Instagram for more. But those are topics that I'd love for us to talk about.
What other topics are you seeing?
I feel,
You think?
And it's okay.
and I know
Mr. Talent.
strong. I mean, she's covered everything. That's literally almost everything. I think to add, now from a man perspective, just
Yes.
a man and faith
Yeah.
and how that looks like, because we need to demystify it as to even when you're going through your struggles.
Yeah.
How does that look like? What should you do? And I always come to you with such questions. I always.
And sometimes I wonder, have I even answered any of your questions?
Yes, and in fact, I know when you see your phone imeandikwa hapo jina yangu, I'm sure you're usually like, okay, today
What
there's
could
a
be
challenge
the
coming. He needs something answered.
Our conversations on the phone are not just 2-3
They are
minutes.
never too. Yes.
And even when I meet with
even
you,
when yes,
okay.
like that the other day at your
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
and you some good insight one day on an episode coming soon.
Imagine.
We're going
But
to-
I remember when you came to my house, and that was what, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. Yeah, when you were in my house 2 months ago, and it was very interesting. We started talking, and we talked about everything and anything under the sun. I think what I'd like us to be able to do also here is talk about what we call in life issues, topical issues that we have, but also talk about those hot button things.
Zile hazisemwi kwa kanisa.
Yeah. You
Zile
know?
huwezi sema kwa kanisa. And unajua, I feel like one of the criteria for being on this seat for me is he can say anything. I love controversy. Because...
And controversy loves you.
Once again, let me just...
And I've been in a few controversies.
So we're not holding it back here.
Yes,
That's
here
what we're
we're
saying.
not-
We'll not hold it back.
Hapa ni kusema.
We'll do it. But we also say that we don't have monopolies of ideas.
Yeah, truly.
We're talking about convictions we have formulated from our understanding of the Bible, Scripture.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of the convictions or perspectives might not necessarily sit well with our normal conventions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And it's okay to talk about them.
Yeah.
The whole idea is to continue telling people that you can go and discover much more and think about them more when you chambua the Bible more and more about it.
Yeah.
So how do we make these things practical for our lives?
Exactly.
So guys, I think this is it for now. Kahawa na Gowi. Check us out. Wamwere.
Gonna put my
Kimasha.
social media
Check it.
account and
Get it,
everything.
man. All right. What are you? Where will guys find you if they want to check you out?
If you type Wamwere Kimashia,
He's the only one.
I'm the only one. Anyone else out there is an imposter. But yes, my handle at Kimashianita. Yeah, you'll find me.
Okay. All right. And you?
Um,
Pole sana.
No
Yes.
worries.
That's our time up. Yes.
yes, it's Harriet Dodea, all through DODEA
Yeah.
on all social media platforms. But I think I'm most active on Instagram and
Oh yeah.
TikTok.
You are active on Instagram. Oh yeah.
Christian TikToker. I love it.
Thank you.
And
Kongapo number one fan.
if guys would like to catch you,
Yeah.
what do you have a particular thing that you have on Instagram? What do you call it? Sessions that you have?
I think I have two standard ones. I have
Yes.
Coffee with Jesus.
Coffee with Jesus.
Which is literally morning study, because I was struggling with getting into the word.
Yeah.
So it's like, to be accountable, I'm just going to start sharing.
All right.
And it really worked.
And
Yeah.
people keep you accountable.
And now
'cause
people keep me
you're live.
accountable. It's like, how kukua jana? Did you
this is
read
my
the
thing.
Bible?
This is my thing about you guys. Why do you bring all your personal stuff online like that? Eh?
This space demands it.
Yeah.
Like we can't run away from it.
Maybe
There's
I'm
no-
just too old. Eh?
But also for me, it was because I know God has called me into media, and I was scared. I have known Gowi
Yeah.
since the last time I was at Kinara. But I knew...
And Kidara is a leadership internship at Nairobi
Yeah,
Chapel.
at Nairobi
yeah.
Chapel.
Yes.
I've known since then, but I knew at that time, I knew it wasn't for now, for then,
Yes.
and it was going to come. And those things that God tells you, and then you're like, now you become scared of it. So I was scared for the longest time. So now God is like, Harriet, it's
Okay.
time, start doing it.
All
So
right.
there's that Coffee with Jesus, and then there's Wisdom and Wholeness Wednesdays, where I host these conversations that everyone is saying. I host people that I know are safe, will give valuable information to my friends and my social circle. And yeah, you can catch that on Wednesdays live on Instagram.
Still waiting to be featured on that session. Not throwing any shade or anything like that. No.
So
Coming
she
soon.
said things of substance
Value.
and value.
Sips coffee.
But he's always like behind the scenes on all these videos.
Let's discuss this with our producer. Substance and value. Talent manager, okay? That's how you should be working. Yes. And you could catch me. I think the thing that you guys have been doing is forcing me to get active on social media. I think I got tired, my guy, man. I got tired, especially during COVID. I just got tired, and I was like, you know what? Let me just shut off from it. And I haven't gone back much.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
No.
Eh?
Yeah.
Can
do the dance after.
Welcome back. And
So
you know
you
what,
could ca-
Pastor
yes,
Boy?
yeah.
I remember you called out Calligraph Jones the other day.
Yes.
And you said, you know what the church is failing to do? The people of the world are actually prophesying to the nations. So,
You and Papa Jones. You was hailing Papa Jones.
I was hailing Papa Jones because, and let me tell you, let me just an outro about that. Again,
Yeah.
you can catch me
An
Go
outro.
Wiodera. Yes.
I love it.
You could catch me on Go Wiodera. On YouTube, you can. I haven't put stuff on YouTube for like years, man. But also on Instagram and on Twitter. But here's my thing about Papa Jones, which I've appreciated about what he's done.
Yeah.
And again, here you go. You see, calling me out. That's what we think. That if we who have a platform don't use that platform to speak truth, others are going to do it. Not that Papa Jones didn't speak truth.
He did.
Okay? He did speak truth for it. And people are watching. And I hear you, and I take the rebuke on that. Yeah. I can see our producer is pointing right back at you. Again, guys, this is Kahana Gowi, and we'll be on this platform. And I guess from now we're going to celebrate my birthday, have some cake, and some other things to tend out. To tend out. God bless you. Again, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell another friend. Peace.